Well, welcome once again to Calaveras Living. You know, all the billions of people in the world, no two people are exactly alike. And of course, that's one of the mysteries and one of the great things in life, too, because no two people are exactly alike, and we all go on different paths. Sometimes things work out beautifully, sometimes they don't. It just depends on circumstances and person's own personality. We're going to visit today with Edmond Santos. And Edmond, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And actually, things when you were real young, I know things evidently didn't go well for you at the start of your life, right?
Yeah. I was raised with my mom until I was 3 years old, and then I went to move with my grandparents, and they were both heroin addicts.
Oh, both your grandparents. Huh?
Yeah, and I just grew up with my grandmother and my uncles, basically, as a kid.
So you were exposed to that as a young child then? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had family members and the people that were in gangs and stuff, and been to prison, and I kind of idolized them, looked up to them, you know.
Why would you do that? I mean, what was good about them? What did you like about them?
I was just attracted to the respect, and they were all buff and they had tattoos and stuff, you know. They look mean and stuff.
So it was kind of like the adventure of it, or the
Yeah.
excitement?
Yeah.
Okay. You recall, how young were you when you first got in any trouble?
11.
11. Huh?
Yeah.
What happened then?
I was shoplifting. Just got caught. That was my first time I went to juvenile hall, and it was pretty scary.
Yeah, I would think at 11.
Yeah.
How far did you go in school?
In actual school, I only went to the 7th grade, and then from there I did like home studies and continuation schools and stuff.
Okay. But so you went to juvenile hall at age 11. Huh? What can you look back now, looking at yourself as an 11-year-old, and say, why did I do that?
Yeah, I do.
What comes to your mind?
Sometimes I wish, like when I turned 18, that I would have just enrolled like in the Navy or something, did something with my life, because I just wasted like 10 years of my life for nothing.
Yeah.
You know.
How come? Could you have gone into the service then, or had you been in jail or prison too much?
No, because I'm from San Diego and the military's right there. You know.
Oh yeah.
I could have just went.
But why didn't you?
Because I was caught up with my friends and doing stupid things, illegal things, and just getting in trouble.
Well, actually, you know, getting acquainted with. I mean, you're a bright guy. You have good intellect. Why were you doing stupid things? Just to be with the gang?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah.
And now, how old are you now?
Now I'm 39, and I look back and I wish I would have did a few things differently.
So how many of those 39 years have you spent either in jail or in prison?
10 full years.
And some other time too?
Yeah, in the counties and stuff. But most of my time was spent in the SHU and on the level 4, because I got in trouble inside of prison, riots and stuff.
As you got older, did you get more caught up in that kind of thing, or did you start to look at yourself and say, hey, I got to get out of here?
Well, for a minute, I tried to do the family thing, and that didn't work because I lived in Stockton, and I was having problems with people in Stockton, and I got shot over there. it seemed like it got worse after I got older.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly can't, when you're in prison or you're in jail, you don't normally learn some new good things, do you?
No. And in prison, there is no rehabilitation
Yeah.
at all.
It's just be there, huh?
Yeah. There's no vocational or nothing, no jobs.
You were in state prisons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they say California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation.
Yeah. I don't know why they put the rehabilitation out there.
Take the R off, huh?
Yeah.
Well, so your existence was just be in your cell, or you get some exercise, or you...
A level 4, you only go out of yourself for the shower and yard. Other than that, you're mostly in your cell.
By yourself or with a cellmate?
You have a cellie.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, and in the shoe, you have a cellie too.
Hmm. Did they have any work for you anytime you were imprisoned?
No.
Nothing to do other than just be
No.
there?
Some people wait 2.5 years to get a job. There's nothing right there. It's overpacked and there's nothing.
I mean, some people like they work in the laundry or work in the kitchen or
Yeah.
something like that, but you have to wait.
Yeah, I have to wait for a very long time.
What's the requirement there? I mean, do you have to be on good behavior, or what do you have to do to get one of those jobs?
Mostly people that have half time get a job right away.
Mm-hmm.
But like the ones that have 85% or life, they don't get jobs for like 2 or 3 years.
Well, now over those many years that you were in and out of prison or jail, what are some of the crimes that you committed? What characteristics did they have?
The main one they bring up all the time is the carjacking, which I don't even think was really a carjacking. I was drunk and I don't even remember doing anything.
Oh.
I woke up in the holding cell and thought that I had a violation. That was it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So most of the crimes involved, well, just like you go back when you're 11.
The more serious crimes that I got caught for was in prison, to tell you the truth.
Oh. And what were they involved? Other prisoners or
Yeah.
guards or what?
Other prisoners.
Yeah. So once that happens, then your term gets extended, huh?
Yes. I've caught cases inside and had to do them consecutively.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Did you tend over those years to get depressed?
At that first, yeah, because my girl, my first baby, she passed away when I was incarcerated. So that kind of hurt me right there. And they took my kids away from me when I was locked up, the aunt. And I don't know where they are or nothing.
Oh, you don't see them, huh?
Well, they lied to me. They said that I'd be a part of their life. But then once they got full custody, they switched up and told me to start a new family or something.
So you've done that?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
But I do miss my other kids, though.
Sure. How old would they be now?
My boy would be like 18 and my girl's 16.
Uh-huh. But you don't know where they are?
I don't know where they are.
And there's no way of finding that out?
So I try to go by the uncle's house, but they moved to Texas, and I don't know if the family moved to Texas or just them or what. I don't know.
So you just can't get any information, huh?
Yeah.
Now, during those times, in and out...
At that time, I didn't care. After that, that's when I started getting mostly in trouble in prison.
Oh, after those things happened, huh?
Yeah.
Did you... I was thinking, I don't know what would go through your head at the time, but what were your plans at that time? Were you saying, I'm never going to get out of here, or I'm disappointed myself, or...
No, I just didn't care, like, what happened, like, Like I was ready to fight anybody or stab anybody,
Hmm.
you know.
Did any of the things that you've done that you regret or that were illegal or harmful involve drugs?
Yeah,
And
Dad would have took me to prison the first time.
uh-huh. What type of drugs?
Heroin.
Heroin, just like your grandparents, huh?
I started smoking it, and then I just slammed it one day, and that was it.
How young were you then?
23.
23. Huh? Well, you actually you avoided drugs quite a while then, even in your teenage years, right?
Yeah, I was around it all my life, and I hated it. I hated that drug until I tried it, and then I ended up liking it. You know.
Just habit forming. Huh?
Yeah.
Boy. The did your grandparents ever get off drugs, off heroin?
No, my grandfather OD'd, and my grandmother passed away in 2010.
So they never were able to kick the habit, huh? Any other drug problems or heroin problems in your family?
Oh, my grandfather, my mom and dad, and me, and my uncles, and I just don't want to see my kids.
Just kind of ran in the family, huh?
Yeah, I don't want it to be a fourth generation, you know.
Pardon?
I don't want it to be a fourth generation using
Yeah.
drugs
Okay.
and going to prison and stuff.
What, and the reason that, for the viewers out there, the reason we're doing this is Edmond made it known to us that he'd like to come on and actually caution people that don't get into problems that he got into as a younger man, and that I guess that can happen to a lot of people. What would you say to, if you were, you said you might go out and give some talks, what would you say to young people? What would you tell them to do or not do?
Pretty much nobody could tell me that they've been through something I haven't been through, because I've been through everything. You know, it's a dead end. You don't end up nowhere but prison, and you're just stuck in the system like a revolving door.
So once you get caught up in that, you go back, thing. What are you anyway regretful that you didn't continue on in school?
Yeah.
So one piece of advice you'd give to young people is stay in school, right?
Just stay in school and don't run with gangs.
Yeah. How were you ever able to get yourself finally, as you are now, away from a gang?
I'm really not. I'm away from my gang that I grew up with, but like if I was to go to prison or something, I would end up being back with the Southern Mexicans, you know, and that's kind of like a gang in prison.
Yeah. So were you able? How long has it been since you've actually been in jail?
It's been 4 years, the longest I've ever been out.
Are things improving in your life?
Yeah.
I mean, you said your kids are two boys, 7 and 3, and are you able to find work that you enjoy?
Yeah, there's plenty of work, light cleaning and stuff like that, or tree trimming and stuff.
I mean, how your attitude seems to be a lot different than it must have been 10 years ago.
Oh yeah. I think more now. I think like before, I wouldn't think about nothing. I would just do it or something. But I do regret a lot of the things I did.
Mm-hmm. But evidently, are you on probation now?
No.
No, you're off, so you're free to do pretty much what you want, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have those same temptations or the same associations that you used to have?
Nah. I'm respectful to anybody, you know, as long as they're respectful to me,
Yeah.
then I don't go around looking for problems like before, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you say, you'd fight with anybody or anything, but now you're a much more peaceful person,
Yeah.
and you don't have that. You don't have the temptations you used to have, huh?
Yep.
Or you have no temptations to steal or be on drugs or anything.
No.
That seems like it must be difficult to shake those tendencies, though.
Yeah, but I wanted to do it for my family and my kids. I really wanted to make my grandmother proud of me because I just been a screw up ever since.
Well, probably if she was here, she would be proud of you now. I mean, you seem like you're really making progress.
Yeah, she is proud of me.
That's, you found that people living in this area have certain friendships, or people accept you as a friend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can make friends. That's not a problem.
So, you think it's just your change in attitude is just because you've gotten older, or because you look back and say those problems were just too hard to get over?
Well, some of the things are kind of hard to forget, but I forgot what was the first question
Well,
you
I'm
said?
saying, how, as you matured, as you got a little older, I mean, your attitude certainly seems to have changed, and was it because you've gotten older and see more of life and meet more nice people and get away from the gangs, or is it because you just look back and say those were just terrible days and you've got to get over them?
To be honest, I think prison kind of made me open up a little more.
The fellow prisoners did?
Oh, just being in prison in general.
Just being, yeah.
It kind of made me open up more than I used to be.
Have you always been a pretty quiet person?
Yeah.
That, but some of the prisoners actually did help you, huh?
Well, yeah, we all help each other.
Mm-hmm. What we got back to, we were talking about, you advise kids to stay in school. What else would you tell young people what they could do to avoid having some of the same problems you had?
To get into sports or something.
Get into sports? Uh-huh.
Because that was my other, I wanted to play football.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you probably, if you'd gone on to high school, you probably would have ended up playing a lot of ball.
Yeah. I just tell them to get into something that they want to do and do it. And just watch out who your friends are. And if you do get involved in gangs, it's just going to lead to prison or death. That's it.
I wish more. I hope you do go out and give some talks, because if kids hear that, if you end up in prison or you end up dead, I mean, those are serious consequences, and it would have some impact on them. And if they don't get involved in in drugs or stealing or whatever it is, they have a better chance. Or as you say, stay in school, get in sports, occupy your time with something good.
Yeah. Or you might end up dead in prison.
Yeah. The
So I would say to avoid bad friends, and
I guess once you get in prison, it's hard to avoid bad friends because there are a lot of bad people in prison.
yeah, you have to adjust to that living situation.
Hmm. Is it able? You think a person's able to be in a level 4 is the highest, by the way.
Yeah,
So if you're in there, usually in there with other people who've committed serious offenses, right?
yeah, mostly murder,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like young. It's messed up seeing like a 16-year-old. He's 18 now, and he got like 50 to life.
Wow. Hmm. Now lately, now that you're 39, I mean, 39 is a young age, at least to me it is.
Yeah.
You got a lot of years ahead of you. What do you hope to get accomplished?
I want to start a little business, my own business, like a T-shirt drawing company
Mm-hmm.
or a plowing company or light cleaning or something.
Mm-hmm. How do you think you think that'll be difficult to do, or you can get it done?
No, I think I can do it.
And do you like to? I mean, would you like to do it yourself or partner with somebody or something?
Oh yeah, I have a partner, probably my dad or so.
Mm-hmm. When you're back in your youth with your grandparents and your parents, as a child, did you feel that your grandparents and your parents really loved you as a boy?
Yeah,
And evidently your parents are still very supportive of you, right?
yeah.
And they're helpful.
They were just caught up in that world too.
Yeah. That's, I guess once you get caught up in it, it's very difficult to get out.
By the time I was 6 or 5, I already had seen raids, robberies,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Were some of your offenses actually gun offenses?
No,
Never got involved.
I was fortunate enough not to ever get caught.
Uh-huh. That's actually good. How did you end up on level 4? Because it seems like you never did anything that was.
Because in prison, you have to fight for your race, and that's what happened. A race riot started in Tracy.
What was that?
Uh-huh.
There's competition among the races. You mean
Yeah.
Hispanic or black or what?
The Southern Mexicans against the blacks,
The
and it lasted for like 45 minutes. And it was like one of the biggest ones there in Tracy history. And I ended up catching a 2-year shoe, and I was in the hole there for a year. And then they shot me to Tehachapi.
Mhm.
And then from Tehachapi, I went to New Corcoran, and I was there for 2 years.
Most of the prison conditions are pretty much alike, or some places better than others.
Some are better, just hardly any better.
Yeah.
They're all pretty much the same.
Hmm. That's sad. Well, let's kind of review in the time that we have. So you'd say, stay in school, get involved in sports, get involved in activities you like.
Start enroll in the military or so,
Yeah.
just so you have that on your record.
Well, certainly in the military, whatever branch of the forces you're in, you get some discipline and some regularity and respect. So that's all positive things. But yeah, probably had you gone in any one of the branches of the service, you wouldn't have gotten in the problems you did. But are you going to go back and do any of your, like get a GED or and try to get educated a little more?
I kind of educated myself while I was locked up.
Yeah, I'm sure you learned a lot.
I don't know, maybe I could get certified for something.
Yeah. Well, it's anything just in closing you'd want to say and get out to the public?
That right now, you kids might think you're cool and everything, but you're gonna end up getting in trouble sooner or later.
Yeah. Might seem cool at the time, but it doesn't end up that way.
Yeah. You end up doing a lot of time.
Well, hopefully you won't do any more. You're kind of rebuilding your life at a little later age than you probably anticipated. But if you stay in good health and take care of your kids and get a business going, everything should work out very well.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, and you can stay away from people from an old gang. They never contact you, do they?
I've seen them when I was locked up, but I just wrote them a few letters. That's it.
Okay, but now that you're out, I mean, they don't ever contact you at your home or anything.
No.
Okay. Well. Okay. Well, Edmond, thanks a lot for coming. I know there are a lot of hard questions. Probably isn't real easy for you to do, but I appreciate it, and it may help some people out there who haven't given it enough thought. But anyway, wish you well.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks on Calaveras Living. Thanks a lot. Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.